Hey everybody, Dr. Hawley here. We're going to try this experiment with the Fifox or Fufox sonar app. So here I am in my studio, got the sofa, made a little fort out of some pillows and some shorts. I got the phone in there and we're going to play that in just a second. And then just running from kind of the end of where the phone is over to a chair, just standing up a tape measure. And my tape measure actually only does inches, but we'll use the fact that 1 meter is 39 and a third inches, and so I'm gonna just extend this out a little bit and go right about there. And then I need some kind of reflector. And earlier I tried a painting that had like a glass frame in front of it, and that didn't really work. So here I've got a plate. And then also one of the things you can do, you don't have to, but you can connect the phone to other devices. If you click in the top right of the experiment, you know what? Let me back up for a second. Okay, so let's get out of this app for a second. I'll just show you what we're going to do here. Okay, leave. All right, so we're in the Fifox app. All right, it's a little out of focus, but you go down, you find sonar. All right, and then we're going to choose the speed of sound tab. And then one of the things I did, again, you don't have to, but if you click on those little three little dots, one of the options there is enable remote access. And if you do that, it just gives you an IP address. You don't have to do that, but it's easier to film that way. And then I like doing this thing sideways. And I like the bottom graph, the one that says normalized to spherical surface. Okay, and when you're ready, so let's assume that we're just doing 1 meter, all right? So that's the default distance. And so you can go ahead and press play, and it's going to start making noises. And make sure that your volume is all the way up. You're going to need that super loud. And then stick your phone in your little fort there. Okay, and then we can see the graph. Now, hold on a second. I think I lost. Since I left the app and came back, I've now lost remote access. So watch this. We will do. Okay, a little hard to see. I'm going to choose enable remote access. And then, yes, I'm okay with the security stuff. And then it gives you a URL on your local network, which in my case is 10.0.1.4. And then all we got to do is just, it says something's changed on Fifox. Do you want to reload? Yes. So now I'm reloading, and we'll go to speed of sound. Again, this is just so that I can film it and show you guys what's going on a little easier. All right, so now we'll take the phone, stick it in our little fort. And by the way, even though it's on the sofa, I don't know, my sofa's pretty acoustically transparent, so I added some pillows on either side. All right, and then we got our plate, and we're just going to take the plate, and the tricky part is to get any kind of signal at all. Hold on a second. I want to adjust my picture here a little bit for the speed of sound. Can't quite see it as well as I'd like. I'll just look on the iPad. All right, so this thing is constantly sending out a signal, and it's doing all kinds of weird stuff as I talk. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plate, and you got to really kind of move the plate around, like up and down, and kind of change the angle a little bit. And eventually you'll see a spike. And actually, don't even worry about the meter at first. Just try to get something. And so, let's see here. Okay, we'll point over there. As I move the plate, ooh, see that spike? That tall spike in the middle? That is the plate. Okay, now it's in the wrong position right now. So, I'm trying to do this with multiple hands and talk. Move this back. I'm going to go back to about 39 1/3 inches. There's a spike. And then, if I didn't have to hold the iPad and hold the plate and talk at the same time, like you, what I would do is I would reach either over to the phone, I'd stand in between the plate and the phone, I was doing this earlier, and reach down and really quickly press the pause button on the app, or switch hands and using your whatever is controlling the app, there's a, too zoomed in, there's also a pause button there. We want to kind of pause it with the spike showing. So, okay, hang on one second, everybody. All right. And now, okay, so we'll come over this way. means I got to stand on the other side now. I don't know if I can do that. All right. Plate. I can't see the iPad anymore. Great. Okay, plate. I can see the screen. Okay. Plate. Adjust plate. There it is. Come on, plate. Come on, plate. Come on, plate. A bit closer. Okay, there's the plate. I'm gonna have to edit this. Okay, fast forward a little bit. There should be a spike. There it is. Got it. Okay. So, and on the app, so now the phone's stopped, and you can also do this. In fact, it was easier when I wasn't using this external recorder. Okay, then what you can do is, here's the phone. All right, you can zoom in. So there's that spike that I had, and then, actually, for some reason you have to rotate in order to be able to zoom. Double tap. Okay, yeah. And then we can zoom in on where that spike is and kind of estimate where the top of that spike. Sorry, I moved it out of the way. So I rotated the phone and then using fingers zoomed in, and there's the spike. And we'll say that's 326 meters per second is about where that thing is. Yeah? Great. Okay. Now, there's a lot of variability in that, right? So we're going to do it again. And so we'll start this thing going. And we can kind of leave this thing zoomed in if we want. I'm going to rotate the phone back sideways because it's easier for me to see these things. And this is also shown on the app, on the iPad over here. Yeah, let me zoom back out. Again, this is more for filming. So we'll take the plate. Okay, see that spike? Oh, here, I'm going to put the iPad on the iPad. There we go. Watch this. See that spike? Yeah, right? It's between 400 and 500 because it's in the wrong position right now. I'll just move it back to there. There it was for a second when I moved my hand. There it is. That's the spike right there. The next time I get that, I'm going to reach over and stop the phone with my left hand. PiPho session has changed. You want to reload this window? Cancel. All right. This, you guys see that? Yes. You can actually tap on it. You can tap it on the phone too. If I tap right there, 345 meters per second. And how do I know it's that peak? It's because I was watching it as I was moving the plate around. Okay, so that took a little while, right? Each time it actually takes a little while to kind of get it in there. We're going to try this, say, I mean, it's going to take you a little while to build this thing as well. So let's say 3 times, all right? 3 different measurements, and then we'll average them, okay? 3 measurements of speed of sound, average them, and then compare with what we get. Now, one other thing we want to know is what's the temperature in our house And so I'll bet Fifox has a temperature sensor. I will leave. And so let's see. Acceleration, pressure, inelastic collision, inclination, magnetic ruler. Huh. I do not see a temperature sensor. But thankfully, you've probably got one in your house. And so just walk over to the thermostat. And the thermostat says 74 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can convert that to Celsius and then figure out what the speed of sound should be for that many degrees Celsius. Compare that with what we measured and answer the questions. Hey. All right, there we go. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Let me know if you have trouble.